Welcome to Most Loved Wrestling, the place where wrestling is most loved. Damn, all you people that were saying SummerSlam's gonna be the worst SummerSlam in history, man, you must eat them words. How did them words taste? This is why we don't talk too crazy. Just like I was telling Solo, stop talking like you're fucking crazy. Give it some time, wait and see, and talk about the things that you do know. Facts over feelings is the name of the game, but fun all that. Right now, we gotta talk about them SummerSlam MVPs. But before I do so, leave a like on this video, subscribe to my bullshit, and hit the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like what I'm doing, and believe that the world deserves to bear witness, then this is how you can make it happen. Now, this is a wrestling show, so as per usual, we're gonna start with the wrestling. After an oblivion on the steel chair, Liv Morgan defeats Rhea Ripley. 2 devastating spears cut Sami Zayn in half, seeing Braun Breaker become the new Intercontinental Champion. The brass nuts was not enough to stop LA Knight from whooping Logan Paul and becoming the new United States Champion. Nia Jax squashed Bayley 3 times in order to secure the WWE Women's Championship. Drew McIntyre quite literally flipped the script on CM Punk to ruin his return to a WWE ring. Gunther has become the new World Heavyweight Champion by putting Damian Priest to sleep, and Cody Rhodes survives Bloodline rules and is still the WWE Undisputed Champion. Other developments, that dirty dumb snaked mummy. Damian is pissed off. He suspects that Finn's in on it, but either way, they leave him to get ready for Gunther while they search the arena for Dominic. But conveniently, they wasn't able to find him. Dame later on admits to Finn that he was way out of line, accusing him of working with Dominic Mysterio to screw over Rhea Ripley, and apparently they let it be water under the bridge. It's Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. At one point, Gunther's chest is bleeding. Damian's struggling. Finn comes out to lend support, or at least that was so it seemed, because Finn Balor betrayed his so-called brother right when he had it in the bag. LA Knight followed through on the final thing I told him to do: vandalize the Prime truck. He smashes out the driver's side window. At one point, LA Knight's beating up Logan's entourage, and that idiot Machine Gun Kelly, who Logan Paul made his entrance with, he's carrying the brass nuts for Logan, and he passes them to him. But as I said, that shit still didn't matter. We almost got tiffy time, but I think it was a ruse, because when it was all said and done, it was squashing time. Punk takes back the bracelet, loses focus to catch a Claymore, which he manages to survive, and you think that would be the wake-up call. But then he sees Seth Rollins with the bracelet, loses focus again, and this time it costs him the match. Jelly Roll hit a chokeslam and the 5-knuckle shuffle on Austin Theory. The Bloodline Rules match had a load of interference, as predicted by pretty much all of us. At first we saw the Tongans, Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, then we got the returning Kevin Owens, then Randy Orton made his return, and of course we had to get the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu, and finally at long last, what we all was waiting for, the reason why all of us believed it should be the main event, and if it wasn't going to happen, it should not be in the main event. The real tribal chief, Roman Reigns, makes his return. New merch too. My thoughts on the show, no lie, I hate to be this guy, but my time was wasted by Jelly Roll at the beginning of the show. That shit was not for me. The ref cam, that's actually quite a good idea, but I do wish they showed it more throughout the night and made it more of a thing. We only saw it twice, and it wasn't used in anything important, and that scumbag, Dominic Mysterio, betraying Mummy like that. But why are we surprised? He snaked his puppy for Mummy in the first place, so of course he can then betray his so-called Mummy for a new Mummy. Once a nigga's disloyal, he's always disloyal. But plus, I get it. Liv Morgan, I get it. Whilst at the same time, it ain't worth it. But I definitely get it. But where have I seen this scene before? And where else again? And I think I've seen it another place too. Real talk though, I thought they was going to wait to do this angle. They still had some juice in the Judgment Day storyline that they could have squeezed it for. Some little minor angles that they could have explored. But either way, that shit still hit the same way we expected it to. As all of us could have predicted, Gunther versus Damian Priest was the best match. At one point, Gunther's chest got busted open. I'm not sure if it was from kicks or chops, but isn't he the one that's supposed to do that? As soon as that scene with the apology at the clubhouse took place, I knew the jig was up. And then I saw Finn Balor actually make his way to ringside. I said, oh shit, we're doing this. I think we was all secretly ruining the day that this was going to happen though, because we knew that this was going to happen. Everything was building towards this taking place, and SummerSlam was that perfect place to make these memories, to make this history. I think we all just subconsciously didn't want the implosion of the Judgment Day. That's why we was trying to put it off, and I am so glad we wasn't stupid and done the right thing. Gunther was always the right man to win. It just has to be. When does that man ever lose? So Priest wasn't worth selling him for, and there's zero disrespect when I say that. Damian Priest been the best champion in 2024 on the main roster. And you know that's true if you just want to be completely objective with your thoughts. But the reality is, it would have done more bad than good if Damian Priest had retained. But I'm telling you, coming into this, I was so scared that they was going to sell Gunther and sell the King of the Ring tournament. Bron Breakker's redemption is complete. Are people still saying that LA Knight can't wrestle and is just a talker? If so, when is that going to end? We had AJ at Mania. Now we had Logan Paul at SummerSlam. You just gotta stop being dumb at some point. This reminds me of when we used to chant, "You can't wrestle" to Roman Reigns because he was getting pushed down our throats. But real talk, was Logan Paul's feet underneath the rope? Can you believe it? Barely kicked out of an Annihilator. Even Bianca Belair was dead off of that. And the pop I popped when Tiffany Stratton's music hit was crazy. But I cannot lie, there was an even bigger sigh of relief when Nia Jax hit that third Annihilator. Because just like I said about Damian Priest and Gunther, we could not afford to be selling the King and the Queen of the Ring. So I'm glad that Nia Jax is now officially the GOAT. Poetically, Punk losing in the same way that Drew's been losing all throughout this rivalry is the most genius booking decision. WrestleMania 40, Drew was not focused and cost himself the World Heavyweight Championship. A referee situation got the better of CM Punk, the same way a referee situation got the better of Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. And then the low blow in the corner, just like Clash of the Castle. And the best part was that Seth Rollins was not even at the least at fault. He called it perfectly down the middle. He had opportunities to wild out and do something crazy, and he never took it. He stood on business and drew it down the line. I'm not gonna lie, I could have never predicted that. I never thought that would have been the case. That's actually the one thing that I didn't think was gonna happen. But that was absolutely great booking, and Punk looked great too. He was a little bit slower, but let's be honest, he's on the older side of things. He's been around a long time. But the fact that he was able to perform at that level for such a long period of time, it puts all of that crap that people was talking on the net to bed. At some point, we got to learn to stop talking crap on the net and just wait and see. Taking L's like this cannot be fun, and you lot are out of control with these Teemu bloodline signs. Cody's entrance was absolutely sick. It reminded me of Sami Zayn's entrance at WrestleMania, but bigger and better. You had the Arn Anderson pep talk, you had the dog, you had the jacket. It was brilliant. And then we got my favorite superstar, Eye Patch Lower, making an appearance, and from then it was a 5-star match. And the US crowd, you guys are so terrible at your jobs. But when Roman came out, you lot went off. They popped crazy when Roman's music hit. And I told Solo, stop talking like you're fucking crazy each and every week on SmackDown. But now look at you. Well, look at you now. Amazing moment. But now for the MVPs. In 5th place, I've got the new World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. What else is there? He's the new World Heavyweight Champion. We've been building this up since after Mania, and I'm so fucking glad that Triple H decided not to listen to the fans on this one. In 4th place, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor. This fucking scumbag snaked his so-called bro. He snubbed his boy out of the World Heavyweight Championship. But it was entertaining, and that's all I live for, to be entertained. I like the way they built it up. They let it cool off a bit, go into the background, then they smashed it straight to the forefront. They brought it back perfectly. Good shit. In 3rd place, I'm going with the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. She finished the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, and I mean, completely finished it. Title, check. Man, check. Friends, check. She took everything from Rhea Ripley the way that she'd been prophesizing it. Liv is a real pagan, the biggest op known to man. So remind me at any point, if you see me pissing off Liv Morgan, remind me to never ever start shit with that woman, because she makes stuff happen. She gets stuff done.
I would have never even had beef with you if I knew you would go this far.
In 2nd place, I'm going with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. That scumbag. A freaking scumbag move. Screwing Mummy like that. He done Mummy dirt. Rhea could have done genocide. She still not deserve that. But Liv though, I can't stay mad at such a decision. We are men and we are weak sometimes. Forgive us. And the MVP of SummerSlam 2024 is none other than Jelly Roll.
Get this nigga on my face.
Okay.
Now I'm fucking with you, man. It's the OTC, as it says on the new merch, the original tribal chief. He makes his return to the WWE and he straps that wannabe back in his body. That pop was nuts, and I love the choice of theme. If they went with his original theme, it would have still been epic. The one that he came out with at WrestleMania, it was a nice touch. Then you got the stare down between him and Cody Rhodes. That shit was mad. The whole thing was anticipated highly, and I'm just so glad to witness it. I'm so glad it happened. No matter what anybody wants to say, they gotta say that 2024 is the gift that keeps on coming. So, my tribal chief, Roman Reigns, I acknowledge you as the MVP of SummerSlam 2024. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like. Remember to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.